We are Cory and Wallace, an early retired couple on a full-time journey around the world. With a passion for exploring new cultures, discovering hidden gems, and enjoying delicious local food, we are on a mission to experience as much of the world as we can.
Hello from Oaxaca City.
We have been here in the City Centro by Marriott, Oaxaca, for the last 2 days. Didn't get up to much. We just explored the local area and had a couple half-decent meals. And this morning we were just hanging out with our new friend Miriam from Switzerland, who we met on our last tour in Mexico City. And we are now going to check out and go head to our Airbnb, which will be home for the next 2 weeks.
This hotel is in like a really good location.
It's in Tlatelolco, I think is how you say the name of the district or neighborhood.
Yeah, but it's easy walking distance to like all like the major touristy stuff like that. We didn't do any walking tours or anything in the last couple of days. We'll get to that. But I would highly recommend, if you're here for a short time, this is a really good hotel to be at.
Yeah, very well located. The neighborhood it's in is just absolutely charming, colorful buildings, murals on a lot of them. Just a really, really awesome vibe here, especially in the evenings when all the vendors come out, and it's just a really great place to be. But yeah, that's going to be it for this area, and we are going to be moving to our Airbnb, which is in the Reforma district, and we'll show you guys what that looks like. We're all checked out now and heading over to our Airbnb. Now, if you watched a previous video, you'll know that Uber does not work here, at least not in the traditional sense. You can use the Uber app, but it just uses it to order a local taxi. So today I'm actually just using a local app, which is Didi, and that basically does the same thing, but it's more commonly used here. So we're just gonna call a taxi and do a short drive over to the Airbnb. Okay, first experience with Didi app for taxis went pretty well. So the app basically works just like Uber. You punch in your destination, taxi meets you, picks you up, you go, and basically it is a metered taxi fare, so the app will keep track of that and keep ticking up based on time and distance. One thing, after the driver drops you off, they have to actively like finish the ride for it to end in your app and for you to submit and tip and all that. So our driver was sitting there just texting away and forgot to close the ride out. It ticked up a couple extra pesos, which honestly it's like pennies, so I'm not going to worry about it. But that is something to be aware of. You do need to make sure your driver actually ends your ride. So anyways, we are going to message our Airbnb host. It should be one of these buildings here. I'm not sure which. And we're going to go inside. Welcome to our Airbnb for the next 2 weeks here in Oaxaca City. It's definitely in a little bit more of a local neighborhood. We're in Reforma currently, and the building itself, not the newest looking building, but it'll do. The place is actually pretty reasonably clean and big and airy. It's actually really echoey in here because it's so big of a space. Come in and there's our dining area and a relatively uncomfortable couch, which I'm pretty sure is a sofa bed. You wouldn't want to have to sleep in that. That would be really, really horrible. In here is our little kitchen, which surprisingly has this really big, full-size fridge and freezer. Like, really big, practically brand new, as far as I can tell. Our host was kind enough to give us a full 20-liter bottle of drinking water, There's a tiny little sink. We've got cups, cutlery, plates. It's pretty basic. We've got a 2-burner stove there. We've got a microwave. We've got an electric toaster oven, coffee maker, and a blender. It'll do for the short term that we're here. In the bedroom, we've got a full king-size bed, which is nice. TV, air conditioning, but again, it's February right now and it's relatively cool. The apartment as it sits is a beautiful temperature, so we won't need that. We do have a closet here, which, you know, just little closet area, place to hang things. No hangers, I noticed, so that's useless. Ironing board and the iron there. And then in here is the bathroom, which again, you know what? It's pretty reasonably, you know, nice looking. The shower actually looks really good. It's like fully recessed down and will actually keep the water in, which is always a nice change.
It's been about 2 weeks, so we thought we'd just like talk about what we did like and what we didn't like about this Airbnb.
Also, because we forgot to record a closing to this video, so there you have it.
So a few things that we did like. The host was amazing.
Yeah.
He provided water the whole time, like 20-gallon jugs. Like every time we were out, instantly he had water for us. So that was really, really nice. I loved the bed. The bedroom, I probably slept best here. Better than most places, actually.
Yeah, it was absolutely comfortable. No complaints there. Like Cory said, the host, Raziel, super, super responsive to anything we needed, whether it was providing, you know, new 20-liter bottles of drinking water or any issues we had with the apartment. He would instantly respond and take care of any problems that we had. What didn't you like about this place?
Oh, another thing I really liked is how close to the grocery store this was. It was like a 2-minute walk, so, and to a big grocery store, so that was actually like super easy.
Yes, it's the large Chedruai grocery store, like actually supermarket, because this was a big one, and it's just 2 blocks away, so super convenient to get anything we needed.
Yeah. So a few things I didn't like. I did not love the kitchen. Honestly, you never know what you're walking into, but Airbnb needs to like alter their requirements of what a kitchen is, I think, because they had like a bar sink or something.
Tiny. Very tiny.
It didn't even fit a plate. Like it made cleanup really hard, and the hot plate, it just didn't really work. So cooking, we had to stick to super basic food.
So I think when Cory says hot plate, you mean the stove?
Yeah.
So it's their typical 2-burner electric hob kind of scenario. It took forever to heat up. So boiling a pot of water, for example, could take you 40 minutes. Kind of ridiculous. Once it got hot, it was fine, so whatever. But yeah, no, those types of stoves we absolutely hate. The sink, like Cory said, absolutely tiny, but not just tiny. No hot water to the kitchen sink either. There was hot water to the bathroom, so that was fine, but it makes washing dishes really, really awkward.
I know, but you can't really dock it because that is a cultural thing to not have hot water at the kitchen sink. So
not everywhere.
It is in Mexico.
I mean, we had hot water in Mexico City. But anyways. The only other thing I didn't particularly love about this place is there is a restaurant bar just like on the main street. We're kind of like down a little bit of a driveway behind that building. So they do have loud music going, you know, till pretty late at night. It is pretty loud when you're in the living room, but luckily from the bedroom, it was pretty good, pretty quiet, and we did sleep pretty well.
And one other thing I actually really liked is that they had a normal washer and dryer. Now, in most apartments that we've been in for quite some time, they have the washer dryer combo, and the dryer usually does get hot in those situations, but they go forever. Like I'm talking 6-7 hours. You put on a load, it takes 6-7 hours before it's completed done.
And that is not an exaggeration.
No. So here they have the stackable washer and dryer, just like the old school, takes you half an hour. It was luxury.
Yes.
I don't think I realized how much I absolutely hated those washer dryer combos until like we got to use like a regular washer and dryer again.
Yeah, no, I mean, when I was younger, my parents had one of those washer dryer in one combo units, so I was aware of how long they took. But even then, some of the units we've been in have had ones like where is it 6-7 hours later before your clothes are and dry, but not really, because those machines.
No, those ones actually have like a heater element.
They still come out a little damp usually for that kind of machine, and that's just a function of how those machines are built and the type of technology it's using to dry within that drum. Anyways, that can't be helped. The washing machine and dryer here were fantastic, so we had no complaints there. At the end of the day, we liked the stay enough that we are going to be coming back here and staying here again in 2 months once we return from Oaxaca and before we fly off to our next destination. So yeah, I think that pretty much says everything there is to say. We liked it while we're here, that we're coming back. Anyways, I think that is it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up to give us a like and make sure to subscribe.
And join us in our other videos for more adventures. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring.